Alrighty, good morning everybody. Welcome to the stream today. Hope you're all doing well. Sorry for the delay, but there was a little bit of traffic and I finally have my Sony back, but I have no audio feedback, so I have no idea if the sound is good for you all, if it's too loud, if it's crackling, so please do give me some feedback on that. It does sound okay. So like I said, let me know if you guys can actually hear me well. Because I always have audio feedback, but now I don't. And Hayden was already very early this morning with a good morning message. I see we have QJ, we have Mike, Petra. Morning folks, Cathay indeed. Matthijs, good morning. And Erwin, good morning to you as well. I did film the Cathay because like I say, I was struggling a little bit. There we go. Alright, let me just reposition everything a little bit. Like I say, I just got my camera back yesterday, and of course they put it back to factory reset. And I quickly have to readjust the tripod just ever so slightly. There we go. Little readjusting again. It's never a dull morning with me, folks. Alright, let me see what we have going on. And Hayden becoming a member in business class for the 22nd month. Thank you so much for that, Hayden, and good to have you aboard for such a long time. And good to see you in the chat, mate. And good morning to you as well, Jim. And good morning, Mark. Good to see you, mate. Look at that with the birds. Let me film this one. Enjoy. It feels so good, and you have to read so good in capital letters to have my Sony back. It's such a blessing to have a camera that I know. But like I say, I got it back yesterday, so I tried to set the settings back as good as I can. Ooh, the wind is out there today, folks. Oh, Aaron, you bought the YOLObox Ultra. Let me know how it is, because I'm really curious how it is. If it's actually something decent, I really want to upgrade to that one in the future, because I'm using the Mini now, and the Ultra is actually one that I'm really keen for, because I actually want to try streaming in 4K as well. Alright, next up, China Southern Cargo. Oh, I forgot my gloves in the car. It's always hard to roll 6 on the dice, folks. Alright, gonna film this one as well. Enjoy the beautiful 777 with this GE90s. me in a second. There we go. It is heavy bonanza for sure. And Mark, so happy you actually how do you say it? Bit the bullet to get that Sessler Ace L fluid head. It's the exact same I'm having. So the one you actually tried when I was in Edinburgh, it's actually exactly the same one that you're getting. So really cool. And let me know how it's working, Erwin. Shoot me a message on Instagram, because I'm really keen on seeing how it works. And yeah, can't wait to see your streams in 4K, mate. That's gonna be awesome. But thanks for tuning in, mate. Much appreciated. There we go, beautiful A330. Dzień dobry, kochanie. Good morning, love. Exactly, good morning, early birds. Good morning to you too, sweetie. Oh. That was a flare adjustment on touchdown. That was actually pretty cool to see. Wow. And Mandos, good morning, mate. Becoming a member in business class for the 19th month there. Almost 2-year crew there. Good morning, Mandos, and thanks for that, mate. And good morning to you as well, Cooney. Good to see you as well. And no problem at all, Mark. That's the aviation community, isn't it? Always helping each other out. Because why not? I mean, we're all getting better if we help each other, aren't we? So, still trying to figure out everything on the camera, so if I do make some minor mistakes, my bad. Probably you guys won't even notice it, but it is how it is. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. I see my camera already didn't save the changes I made yesterday. That to me looks like a sus. A320 Neo. Might as well open up flight radar. This one is coming in from Oslo as SK821. Bit of a ground effect there. Let me dial the camera down slowly. So you might see some micro or mini changes in colors or something like that. That's just me adjusting the camera as while I'm on the go. But yeah, good fun. Let's see how the people are working on that cargo, on the China Southern Cargo. So that China Southern Cargo that just landed is going to park somewhere next to that one. So it's going to be a double trouble on the tail there. And by the way, is the sound clipping, or is it like making a crackling sound when the plane is flying by, or not? Because like I say, I always use my earphones to have like a little bit of a reference, but I have to figure out in the settings how it's actually working. Wow, Spirit getting bankrupt? For real? Another airline gone. But first up, we have Air Arabia, or as I here call it, the coffin cruiser. Because it's always taking some late people back to Arabia. There we go. Sweet. Right, next up, by the looks of it, we're gonna get an A330. There we go. Let me quickly peek over to flight radar. And babe, becoming a member for 25 months in business class from day one, babe. 25 months, my god, that's a year, 2 years and a month. Time is going so quick. Saying such a good business class with you and Aviation, the best crew in the world. Thank you so much for this one, sweetie, and I'm trying my best to do as much as I can for the people in business class as well. Making the, oh, what's the name? The archive with old photos I took over the last decade and some. But I'm happy you're enjoying, sweetie, and thank you so much for always being here. Right, next up, Mas Cargo. I'm going to film this one. Enjoy. Butter machine strikes again. But like I said, sweetie, thank you so much for everything you do, helping me out in the background when I make videos. You always check them and see if there's something slightly wrong with it. You see everything, moderating in the chat. Kokancie bardzo, kokanie. Thank you so much for this, sweetie. And about Vistara, indeed, Vistara is also not bankrupt, but they're I think integrating with with Air India. So Vistara is no more. So maybe I'll make a little tribute to Vistara because I filmed quite a few of them at Frankfurt. And it's funny because they always do a double flight, almost back to back, flying to Frankfurt. And Jim saying, which Malaysia Airlines will be back at Amsterdam. Oh yeah, I wish. It would be so cool to have Malaysia back here, especially with the A350, and it would be so cool. Maybe even the A330 because their livery is so awesome. And indeed, me myself, quite a perfect landing there. Pretty cool. Alright, next up, looks like a Lufthansa A320. Come on. Oh, and it is. And there we are. But it's so good to have the Sony back. This other Sony I borrowed is actually, it's supposed to be a really good camera, but I think it's not that good in my hand. But oh, it feels good to have a little bit of muscle memory back here. So next up we got EasyJet coming in from Bristol as EasyJet flight 52 Foxtrot Juliet. Behind that SK 1553 from Stockholm and an A320 Neo, and behind that we have a 10-year-old 787-8 in the old colors from Air Canada. That's the 3 on approach right now. That Air Canada is going to be very cool in the old livery there. Where are we? There we are. Just gliding in there. I don't know about you guys, but I just love the jet wash, like the heat from the engines. When it's flaring out, you can just see all the planes in the background but getting blurry because of the engine heat. It's so cool to see. But yeah, Amsterdam this morning. It was supposed to be a sunny morning, just like last weekend's stream. No, not last weekend, what was it, Friday I guess I was out there, I think it was. I do see some sun in the background, like on the horizon, so let's just hope that it's coming this way. Alright, next up, SAS, coming in from Oslo SK 1553. And there it is, beautiful Neo. Moody skies. So next up, the Air Canada Dreamliner. Let me zoom in on that one, just to see its approach. I'm quickly gonna take a sip of coffee. And then it is dream time. Right on. I'm going to film this one as usual, so I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And I'm going to let you all enjoy the beautiful Dreamliner in all colors landing. Let's see if it's gonna be a smooth one. Smooth landing there, wasn't it? And just look at the wings fully opened up, like a bird drying its feathers. I don't know why I'm quoting all kinds of weird stuff there, folks. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, the go around. Was it Air Canada last week or was it Turkish? It was Air Canada, wasn't it? So a little break in approaches, but I did hear exactly the Qatar 777 starting up there. And for those who are quite new to Amsterdam Airport, and if you're new to the channel as well, let me first introduce myself. I'm Bart, host of V1 Aviation, and doing streams and compilation videos all around Europe and hopefully all around the world, but you never know what the future brings. I'm currently standing at runway 06 for landings, which is locally known as the Kaagbaan. Perfect word for English people to say. And I am currently looking over at the Shera apron, as it's called, and look at, oh wow, first of all look at all those birds, but look at those 1, 2, 3, 4 747 tails. I have to change the settings in my stabilization of the camera, it's a little wonky. And it is a little nugget time, so members in the chat, you know what to do. And if you already like the stream, thank you so much for that support. It goes a long way. It's really easy sailing this morning. Almost no corrections being made. So I am going to dial down the volume of the camera just a little bit because I just monitored the sound when the plane flew by. Ooh, wow, that was a little bit of a sketchy landing. So you'll probably see my menu and you have to put your volumes up just a tad bit, but I don't want the engine noises to actually ruin the sound for you all. So you're all going to come with me. Oh no, it's actually not even going through the menu. So if I'm correct, it's a little bit less loud at the moment, but it's good to see that I can actually go through my menu without interrupting for you guys. And some boys are working at the airport. There we go. If you want to be famous, there you are. Hey! Good fun. Always good fun here at Amsterdam, folks. Alrighty, we got ourselves a CRJ Flying Pencil. Oh, 100% Jim. I wish the old Kagma spot was open. And I'm going to try and pan around to that one. So it was either this little area up here. I think it was somewhere around here. And this was a close-up view back in the days. So imagine that. And it's just chilling up there, waiting for the EasyJet. After the EasyJet, it's going to cross runway 06 to go for either runway 36 center or 36 left. There's always something in Amsterdam. It's a good thing when I'm streaming at the Polderbaan, it's either Polderbaan action or nothing, but once you're streaming a little bit closer to the airport, for example on runway 06 like now, you have the approaches, the touchdowns, you have some apron action, you have beasts like this with Amsterdam in the background. Oh, look at this is a cool view. Just going to its designated runway. And Matthijs saying fix the battery issue. Well, it's fixed all in all because it was actually an issue on the Sony that I borrowed whilst mine was in for repairs. And that Sony is just everybody's actually talking about it on the internet as well. It's such a bad camera to charge because the battery drains quicker than the input socket can actually charge through. So technically, yeah, the problem is fixed because I've got my old Sony back. And we have El Al coming in from Tel Aviv. bit of a wheelie there. Some pretty decent reversing for a 7.3, if I may say so. Yeah, sure, it's a good thing, Matthijs. Like I said, it's really good to have the Sony back, but it's funny because I had it in for repairs once because my zoom motor to change the zoom on the lens was broken, and I remember after that that they reset it to factory settings, and they did the same right now. So I just have to like slowly figure out the settings again and stuff like that. But it's all good fun. And very much appreciated to everybody tuning in on this Thursday morning. I know it's not the easiest times to tune in, but it's always so much appreciated. Ooh, next up we have KM Malta Airlines coming in from, you guessed it, Malta as KM 394. Behind that Delta flight 136 with the A330 300 from Detroit. So, and there we have the Malta flight coming in. So you can see that it actually rained yesterday, especially on the A330, which is next up on approach. You can you'll be able to see, because Delta always reverses, especially on 06. You can see that it really was raining tonight or last night. And me myself is saying, and team arrivals, so Kaapbaan 06 ops is always nice. I agree on that one. We've been having Polderban landings for days right now, so it's always good to have 06 again, especially in the early mornings. It's just a high-paced, there's a landing like every minute or so, which is really good. Alright, next up, Delta A330 300 coming in from Detroit, and if I remember correctly, it is DL136. Alright, enjoy the butter machine. Look at that wheelie. Now look at, notice what I say. Reversing now, look at the water. And vortex sounds coming in soon. Oh, and there's the vortex. The wind is just the disturbance in the air coming from the airplane. Usually it's from the wings, which makes sense, of course. And good day, Samuel. Morning, mate. Good to see you in the chat, buddy. And Matthijs saying, by the way, Bart, I've started with watching the part 2 of Best of 2024. Let's hope for some amazing beasts next year too. Amazing how good the compilation turned out. Thank you so much, mate, and I'm so happy that you're enjoying it. It's so funny, and that's actually the reason why I also did the Q1 through Q4, because I can see like progression in my way of filming, way of editing, and stuff like that. But yeah, in Q2 I had the what's the name? The visit to Paris, and Paris was one of the better visits I've had in the last year and a half, because the light and the landings and everything just came together. But believe me when I say Q3 and Q4 are going to be awesome too. Q3 was a little slow paced. Didn't really do much video because summertime is always really hot. But there is some proper stuff coming in. Munich, Frankfurt, Split, Amsterdam, so it'll be good fun. First up, Nige coming in. There we go. So let me open up flight radar to see the next couple of planes coming in there. And Mike wrote me saying the Alpha X-ray Bravo is in about 10 minutes. Hope Callum keeps using the blue nose livery for the new fleet. Oh, that's actually good because I really want to film the new AXB. So I'm really happy to actually capture it on this runway, because actually there is nothing more Amsterdam than a KLM plane landing on 06 with the Amsterdam Tower in the background there. And good to see you too, Ms. Walls. Good morning, Lorraine, and welcome. Lovely EasyJet with some birds there. Oh wow, that's not some birds. Touchdowns are so smooth today, and look at all the narrow bodies. Slowly taxiing towards 36 center and 36 left. Now this is interesting. There's an A330 on approach which isn't showing up on flight radar. Oh, it looks like an A330 though. And it is. Oh, it's Turkish. Oh wow, flight radar did not flight radar did not update in this one. So on screen right now, TK 1951 coming in from Istanbul, and it's an 8-year-old A330 300. Happy days. Slight corrections being made, but it's nothing too crazy. And Carl the Crow is singing on the top of his lungs. Alright, enjoy the butter machine. Let's see if it's actually making up for its name. That was a pretty decent landing there, wasn't it? Look at it just endlessly rolling to the back there. So let me again have a peek at flight radar, because like I said, this Turkish wasn't really showing up on approach. So on approach at the moment, first one up is a little far out, 3 minutes, will be the Alpha X-Ray Bravo, so the A321 Neo from KLM. Then it will be a little nugget coming in from Prague, that's KL1352 and E175. And then it's either going to be the American Airlines flight from Philly, which is AA204, or it's going to be Croatia with their A320 from Zagreb. We've got Play coming this way as well. We have another Delta coming in this way. We have a 777. In roughly 25 minutes we have a Dreamliner from JFK in roughly half an hour, and then in roughly 40 minutes is a small batch of 4 heavies coming in as well. So pretty good fun. There's a Saudi cargo coming in, or Saudi 747 coming in roughly an hour. So I'm really curious to see if it's going to come to this way or not. Let's just have a look at this while we're waiting for the A320 Neo to come. Let's just have a look at the narrow body terminal there. Well, not really narrow body terminal, but all the smaller flights. Yeah, I see it, Mandos. That new livery of Vueling is actually really cool. That's actually a really decent livery, full blue and red. That's gonna be good fun to capture that one on video, or on stream for that matter. So there's the Alpha X-Ray Bravo, the second of KLM's A321 Neos. Look at it just floating there. It never ceases to amaze me how planes fly, and even landing is just, I don't know, a controlled, no, it's not a controlled crash, but it's, the plane just slowly drops out of the sky, and it's all controlled by some input from 2 guys up front behind those windows. It's, flying is something else, people, really. Alright, I'm going to film this one because I haven't filmed this one yet. So enjoy the Neo! There we go. Not a 10 out of 10, but so cool to capture this one on video now. Alright, so next up is that E175. And then it's either going to be the American Dreamliner, which I think it is by the looks of the shape all the way there in the background. Let me see if I can show it to you all. Let me put it on manual focus. Yep. Oh, look at that. Gear just dropping down now. That's cool. Happy feet. Nose down, actually. That's so cool on the approaches from up there. And back to the little nugget. So to give you guys an idea of how close I am to the runway, Look at those winglets. Those E175 winglets have always surprised me. It's so, I know it's not overkill because it's there for a reason, but it looks so funny. Cute little E175s. Alright, so, oh, you guys know what's up next. It's American Airlines. Flight AA204 coming in from Philadelphia. On an American-made Boeing 787. There we go. And thank you all so much for tuning in this morning, giving the stream a thumbs up, and just sticking around with the landings here at runway 06. I just noticed that Boy from AMS Live is streaming takeoffs from the Polderbaan, which I will be going to after the stream later on today to film some takeoffs. Might even do a stream, so maybe it's going to be a double header. Who knows? Alrighty, there we go. I'm going to film this one, but enjoy the Dreamliner here, folks. Alright, reverse it. Clear that runway. Look at the reflections of the runway in the fuselage. It's so cool. And vacate. And up next, Turkish Airlines A320 coming in from Zagreb. Do widzenia. Oh no, I wanted to say Dobar dan, but I think it's after 10, so I can't say Dobar dan anymore, can I, babe? Look at it, beautiful colors there. It's a little bit of a hybrid between Brussels Airlines and British Airways. I know the blue is lighter than BA, but still kind of gives a little bit of that vibe. Opening up the flowers on the engines. I don't know why, but for me it always looks like flowers when these engines open up. Such a cool sight. Alright, and straight back to it. And there we have a nice E2. And this E2 is coming from Zurich as flight KL 1918. And behind that we have lovely Play Airlines from Reykjavik as flight OG, which is a very cool name, 460. And it's a 1-year-old plane. hull coming in. No. Oh, it's very faint. It looks like there's a runway inspection going on in the background, and that will be runway 18 right, so we should be seeing an inbound peak soon, which makes me wonder if the Saudi 747 is actually coming this way or going to runway 18 right. Ah, Dobro Jutro, that's the one. Dobar dan indeed. Oh, Dobar dan. Until 10 it's Dobro Jutro. So I'm trying to remember, babe. Alrighty, next up. Play. Let's play. The flying glow stick, honestly. Really cool. Little tiptoe. Cool. And without further ado, let's introduce the next approach here. Beautiful Delta A330. I think it's the Minneapolis flight, but I have to double check that. Oh, it's Orlando, flight DL90, and it's an 18-year-old A330. There we go, butter machine. Look at this Datum 737, and in the background an EasyJet without its gear down. Oh, and the moment I say it, it's actually slowly dropping its gear, I think. But first up, Datum 738. Oh no, I bumped into my tripod. And the crow is laughing at me. How's that? Oh, nasty people on here. Maybe you should unsubscribe. Well, if you think we're nasty, you should. There's no reason for you to stay if you don't like what you see. But other than that, good morning to you. Butter it. Oh. Wow, that's an arrival. was a little bit of a sketchy one. Alright, really quickly taking a sip of coffee with the EasyJet in approach. Ready. Take it easy, Jet. Beautiful landing. Nice one. And it's good to see that there's a continuous flow of planes on approach, which means we don't have to wait that long for the next one. Come on, focus, buddy. And a BA City flyer, so this should be a London City flight. Good morning, Tiger. Good to see ya. And this is indeed BA flight 8451 from London City. One of the most interesting airports I've ever landed. It was actually on my summer trip to, summer trip to Scotland, to Edinburgh. Not my latest trip, but the one before. My EasyJet flight got cancelled, so in the end I flew with British Airways to London City and then from London City to Edinburgh. Really cool to actually tick off London City on my list. Oh, that was a very steep angle with flaring out. Alright, what do we have here? EasyJet. And what's behind that? Let me flick the switch. Looking like another. It might actually be the Istanbul flight, which was in the bottom there, the Pegasus one. On my camera, but it's not working like it did. But for this moment it's actually a really good one. Such smooth pan, and there we go. The third smoke puff. Alright, let's appreciate the cargo tills for a split second. So we have Suparna in the background, and it looks like we have a double DHL. It's the Cathay 744, which I actually filmed before I started the stream because I was still figuring the audio out. Then we have an Atlas Air 747. I think today it's a 747-4, and then of course the KLM Cargo 747. even though they're absolute workhorses, they're getting scarcer and scarcer. And indeed, it was the flying PGS, or as we call it, and Mark, I know that you're calling them the same, the flying pigs, or piggy, because of the PGS and halal pigs that are, of course. So Pegasus is always either a super smooth landing or a very rough landing with a go-around. There's no in between. I think Pegasus is the most filmed go-around, or the most seen go-around airline here at Amsterdam. Alright, next up we have that JFK flight coming in, the Dreamliner -10 or the 78X. There are so many birds at the moment, it's absolutely crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be a bird strike today. Alright, enjoy this dream time. Very cool. Did you guys see that, like, last 3 seconds before touchdown it was completely flat, there was no flaring? I got a little scared there. So look at this flock of birds. This is insane. And there's the jet wash. You can actually hear it. To be honest, I have no clue where the MPS is. I have no clue, Jim. Flying piggy indeed, yeah. Alright, next up it's a Wookiee time. And for those who don't know, that means the E2 because it makes the sound like a Wookiee. There we go, the Mini 777. I know I'm going to upset a couple people with that, but doesn't this just look like a Mini 777 to you? Kokkaantje. And there we go. Did I just notice a little bit of wake turbulence coming from the slats or the flaps? Slats. I think it was. Alright, little update. We have KLM flight 1930 from Geneva with a 737 coming in. Behind that, EasyJet with a Neo livery coming from Milan. Behind that, we have J-Berg, the 777-200ER as KL 592. So that's the next 3 planes in approach. So first up, 1930 from Geneva. That's a textbook 7-3 landing. Flaring out, touching the runway, and then just a little hop. Or a little bounce, my bad. Alright, let's see if we can see that 777 turning in the background. So there's the EasyJet. There's quite a bit of time between the EasyJet and the... Oh, I can see it. 1 second, guys and girls. There it is. There's that 777 from Johannesburg turning into finals, or base, I have to say. And first up we have the MXP flight, so EasyJet Europe, which probably is an Oscar Echo registration, OE, in the Neo livery. I've never actually made a close-up look or a close-up view on the Neo livery, so I'm going to try and film it as up close as possible, because I do have the feeling that the O has something like an engine logo. Oh yep, it is. I've been filming these for years now, and I've never actually taken the time to have a look at what the Neo livery actually looks like, but it's pretty cool. I've never actually noticed that all the fan blades in the O, which makes sense of course, but pretty cool. And Tiger saying, what's actually that white thing on every plane? Is it the radar? Do you mean the white thing on the top of the airplane? Because if it's something on top of the airplane, it's usually a Wi-Fi box. Oh, and there's the first landing on runway 18 right. So we have double inbound now. But it matters not. And just quickly, the autumn colors are really out there now. Just imagine a little bit of sunshine and imagine the colors on these leaves. And there's the Jaybird flight. Quickly going to take a sip of coffee because it's still quite far out. 1 second. There we go. Also gives me some time to quickly check flight radar. Yeah, indeed, a parallel EG Neos. That's actually quite funny. So yeah, Jaybird coming in. Then we have KL980 from London City as well. And then, oh, after that we're getting the JFK flight. KLM flight 644 on the 78X. Alrighty, time to put it in autofocus again, time to zoom out a bit, and I'm going to film this one, so enjoy the 777 and the probably very loud vortices. It's gonna be good fun, enjoy! I was actually expecting some loud wake turbulence or vortices, but it's actually very quiet. There's just something about a 777 when it flies past. It's just such a menacing machine. Oh, there it is. There's the vortex. And good morning, Dutch Flight Simmer. And yeah, Tiger, it's the Wi-Fi box. Especially the E2s and the 73s have them very vivid. Oh, actually the 777 has it as well. If you look on top, that's actually the Wi-Fi box. And it's quite a bit bigger than the ones you have at home, I assume. Alright, merry-go-around. I think it's called a merry-go-around in English, isn't it? A small thing with the teapots and the horses and stuff like that where you can go on as a kid. No, it's not. My brain isn't braining. So yeah, KL 980 from London City. And for those who just subscribed through the live stream, thank you so much for subscribing. And thank you so much for giving the stream a thumbs up. Beautiful support, very much appreciated. It's good to have you aboard. And really quickly to show you guys what approach on 18 right looks like from this position. A few years back the view was immaculate, but it should show up somewhere here. There we go. And it's gone. Till it's not. Alright, next up, a JFK flight, KL644 Dreamliner-10. And there we go. Christmas store is open there on the wings. Alrighty, looks like we have one on approach, and then in the very far distance, oh, you can actually see number 2 and number 3 there. Oh, we got a Ryanair coming in. Should be Dublin. Yes, it is. FR420. Behind that we have KLM flight 1070 from Southampton. Then KLM from Cartagena, which is a Dreamliner-10. We have Delta flight 74 behind that. It's we do have some heavies coming this way, so that's proper fun, folks. Actually a nice split symmetry. Touchdown. And something quite new here at Amsterdam. Voorbij. Kochanie, the lot E2. Something you don't really see much here at Amsterdam. Alrighty, first up Southampton, and behind that we will get the JFK flight. No, I'm wrong. It's the Cartagena flight, if I'm correct. Little nugget time. Look at that flare. Wow. Look at that wheelie. Wow. I bet people didn't even feel that landing. That was actually really smooth. And I bumped into my tripod again. 1 second. I'm going to quickly adjust the tripod after that silly mistake. Good, good, good. There we go. Back-to-back heavies. Now this is a cool view. First up is the Dreamliner, and behind that we have, I think, the Delta A330. Oh yep, there it is. Really cool. So I'm not going to film this Dreamliner, just enjoying the magnificent view of that big machine. I'm going to zoom it out a little bit so you guys can see it in all its glory. Very cool. What I like about the Dreamliner is the two white nav lights in the back. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that, but it has two nav lights in the back next to the APU. And I'm going to just not film this Delta either, just the approach, a little close up, a little wide view, just to give you guys a little bit more perspective. And as expected, oh, I said 1 end right, but it's 3-6 right, correct. Thanks for that head up. Morgen Michael, nice and chilly today, for sure is, mate. And it's 5 meters longer than the Dash 9. That's actually quite considerably much. And you really see it. Alright, time for the butter machine. The fuel to noise converter. A little close up on the butter action there. And now it's time for noise. It echoes like crazy because of these buildings on the right here. I don't know if you guys can hear like the deeper rumble, but even on this distance, it's such an epic experience. One of the best experiences is when I go for the lineup spot at the Polderbaan and those A330s take off. You can just feel the pressure on your chest. It's so cool. Yeah, I think it also depends a little bit on the angle you're looking at, under which angle you're looking at it, I have to say. But I agree in that one. And again, a couple of birds. And again, I bump into my tripod. Look at it floating. So keep an eye on the wing flex of the Dreamliner. Look how it completely falls away when it touches down. So cool. And we have our next heavy coming up. There were a couple heavies from the States, a couple KLMs and a couple Deltas. I think this is the last Delta. So since it's quite a bit of a distance away, let me check flight radar. If my hands actually allow a little bit of movement on my tripod, on my phone. And Jim says he has to go. Thanks for tuning in, Jim. And I'll see you on the next one. I'm going to try and do quite a few more streams in the next 2 to 3 weeks, so I'll be online a lot more frequently. So after this, the next heavy will be in 25 minutes, coming in from Bonaire, with a TUI Dreamliner coming in behind that as well. So that's, I think, both flights from the Antilles. Alright, one more close-up on the butter machine soon. He's quite low. Now you guys can't see it because I'm zoomed in, but time to do a butter inspection, and absolutely greased it. And noise time. Very cool. So I see that the Saudi 747, like Mike Romeo was saying, is going to runway 36 right, but if it fits in the approaches in between, if it fits in between the approaches of 06, I'll try and follow it. It's roughly 14 minutes away. So the next approach on the Polderbaan here, or my god, Polderbaan, Kaagbaan 06 is Iceland Air Flight FI 506 with the 737 MAX 8. No more 757 sadly, and probably very occasionally the 76. Times are changing, folks, sadly. Alright, I am going to film the Icelandair because don't really have that many videos of the Icelandairs. And after that we're going to follow the Chinese 777 cargo, which is starting up its engines at the moment. But first up, let's enjoy. Sweet. The future of aviation is here. And there's a German Airways which landed on runway 36 right. I kept saying 18 right earlier on the stream, but it's actually 36 right because that is north. And how do I know that that's north? Currently the runway is closed, but runway 36 center is positioned there, and there we go. That's a Delta taking off from the Polderbaan at the moment, and that's a northern faced runway as well. So that's basically due north. Alright, let's see what's coming out of the clouds there. A couple of narrows. Oh wow. Is it slowly starting to get more windy? I'm quickly going to check the weather here at Amsterdam Airport. So the winds are coming from the 360-degree angle, so it's basically bang on coming from the north. It's 11 km/h winds. It's overcast 11 degrees. Dew point is 7 degrees and it's only 76% humidity. Sunrise is 8:01, sunset 10 to 5. My god, the winter time is coming, folks. And the cloud base is broken at 2,700 feet. Now you know. I don't know if you guys notice it, but the Emirates have such a high angle of attack when they're flaring out. It's the 73s have a decent flaring, but just try and let me see when the next Embraer is, because maybe I'm the only one that notices it, but the angle on approach is so high. Next up we have Iberia Express, by the way, coming in from Madrid, so that's an A320. And behind that we have a 73 from KLM, coming in from Dublin. And plane number 3 is an E190 from Norwich. So, wow, that's actually almost 7 minutes away. It's getting quite quiet at the moment. All right. Iberia Express. Buenos días. Polish, a little bit of Qatar, a running nose, a little bit of a sneezy moment there. Oh, and I'm sorry for that, I quickly took a sip of coffee. There we go, back to business. So I'm currently working on a 747 only video because as you know, I've been doing the best of 2024 videos. I just released part 2 and I've noticed that I have so many videos of 747s. So I actually decided to make a video of 747s either at Amsterdam or Frankfurt, so that will be good fun. I think it will be somewhere between 12 and 15 minutes of only 747s. So a video full of queen time. I'm going to try and post it, I think tomorrow. It's pretty far done, but just before the stream started I actually filmed the Cathay Pacific 747 landing and 747-400, which is it's one that we don't really see that much here at Amsterdam. It's usually the 748. So I really want to include that one. So next up is that E190 I talked about. So if you're in the chat and if you're actually watching as well, try and have a look on how aggressive the angle of attack is. They call it angle of attack of the E190. And yeah, Mike Romeo, it's going to be a 747 video only. Just like a little bit of an homage to the 74. They have always been giving me so I can't find the words. So many goosebumps, and 747 landings in Amsterdam, especially on like rainy days or strong winds, they are so insanely loud when they reverse. It always gives me goosebumps. So I decided to just make a video. It's quite a few landings compared to takeoffs, but I think you guys will enjoy it. And the good thing about 747s is there's not many of them, so there's a good variety in there as well. Oh, wow, I see we're already almost at 50 likes on the stream. Thanks for that, folks. Good start of the day, that is. Alright, the E190 is slowly coming into view. Let's see if the camera can find it. And there we go. Now try and focus, buddy. There we go. Really nice colors actually on the Eastern Airways. I know it's mostly white, but the colors that it rocks are actually pretty cool. So look how aggressive this angle is before it touches that. I haven't really noticed until today. And for those wondering, both Eastern Airways and German Airways, and that Adler livery in the background there, are all flying for KLM because KLM still has issues with the E2s, with the engines on the E2s. So it's pretty nice to see quite a few different airplanes flying for KLM there. Nice exotic lineup of tails. Thanks for that, Tigger. Much appreciated. Oh, so for us it's gonna be KLM flight 1174 with an E175S, but that Saudi Queen is on approach as well to runway 36 right. So I think I'm going to film the E175 and then, or follow the E175, and then I'm going to switcheroo to the Queen. We won't be seeing much of the landing, but I just want to show you guys the approach, so we can at least say it's Queen time. Flaring out, and after touchdown I'm going to turn the camera around to the Queen, the Saudi cargo Queen, and there we go, right on. So there it is, the Saudi cargo Queen coming in from Jeddah, landing on runway 36 right. Let's see if I can do a little bit of a stable pan on this one. About to disappear behind the, you guessed it, servers, or how do you call it, the service stations. There we go. And the funny thing is, we will be able to see it roll by in the background there, and I'm going to keep the camera like this because it's actually a really cool view with Amsterdam in the background. E175 getting towed there. There it is. Wow, look at the difference. And indeed, a little bit of Queen time. And the cool thing is that Queen will be showing up behind here, so we will have a nice head-on view. I think it's going to the Sierra apron. If it's going to Romeo apron, well, we will see it either way, because cargo. But I thought I heard the APU or the engines of the China 777 starting up, but I think I was wrong. Service maintenance. Yeah. Oh, we have the SkyTeam 737 here. That's cool. The Bravo X-Ray Oscar BXO. Uh-oh. It starts to drizzle. I hope it's not. Let me quickly check the weather after this touchdown. Alright, let me quickly have a look at the rain radar. I think I should be alright. Let me check. No, not my home city. Amsterdam. Oh, it's just really small patches of rain, so I should be alright. Just waiting for that Queen to show herself. But the next landing for us here is going to be an A330-300 from KLM, coming from Bonaire. Pretty cool because the KLM A330s are getting scarce. Then we have another E190 from German Airways flying for KLM, coming from Aberdeen with the Airbus 75-year livery. Behind that we have TUI coming in as OR 393 with a 788 from Willemstad, Curaçao. Alright, let me slowly turn around for the approach of that A330. And by the time that one has landed, the Queen will be visible as well because I already see it still. I am going to film this one because, like I say, I don't really catch them that often. But nevertheless, I want you guys to enjoy this one. And let's see if the KLM A330 is gonna its landing as well. There we go. All set, all done. And there we go. Enjoy it. There we go, look at that view with the Saudi 747 awaiting to cross the far end of runway 06, which is actually perfect because the next plane on approach is quite a distance away. So I'm going to have a little bit of a small walk here to warm the bones up a little bit. Oh wow, that Queen was actually quite quick. Look at it go. With Amsterdam in the background there. On the right side you can see some birds cleaning themselves, just chilling. This is Amsterdam in a nutshell. En morgen Misha. And there it is, like a little bit of a head-on view there with bird control, the boys from maintenance. That's quite a good view there, isn't it? Look at this. Look at this view. Alright, quickly to the Airbus livery. And touchdown. And there's that A330 that just landed. But this view of the Queen with Amsterdam in the background is just something else, isn't it? Alrighty, next up, TUI 393 from Willemstad, Curaçao, the Dutch Antilles. There it is. It's dream time. Nice approach as well. And Aviation in the background there. Just landed on 36 right. And the Queen turning into its parking position there. So there will be 5 Queens on the cargo apron right now. 5 cargo Queens. I don't know about you guys, but that's cool. And it's 5 different tails as well. Look at this lineup, that's cool. Thanks Mark, much appreciated. So let me have a glimpse on Flight Radar, because I think by now the heavy rush is completely done. Yeah, it's even getting really quiet as well. So I'm going to contemplate what I'm going to do. Stick around or wrap up and go to the Boulderbaan for some normal video. To film some nice loud takeoffs for you all, because it will be very loud today. And then get back home and work on that 747 video to be on time. I might even be able to upload it tonight. And I will be streaming tomorrow as well. So yeah, like I said, I'll be streaming tomorrow as well. I wanted to do a sunrise stream today, but if the weather is permitting tomorrow morning, I'm actually going to try and do a sunrise stream tomorrow. And if not, I'll be streaming a little bit later on today. Good morning, Mike. I'm glad you're tuning in. I hope you're doing well, mate. Much appreciated, and almost 50 thumbs up on the stream. Thank you all so much for that. Alright, so there's an Air France A380 coming in, which is really cool because we don't get to see those too much. That will be the last one for the stream. It's plane number 3 on approach. So Mike, I'm sorry that you're tuning in at the moment. I'm about to leave. But like I said, it's getting really dull at the moment, really quiet. And I don't want you guys to have one E175 every 10 minutes. So might as well go to the Boulderbaan and get some takeoff shots of all the heavies and entertain you guys tomorrow again. Sorry, I entertain you guys again tomorrow. I'm trying to be a little bit more articulate in my English, but it's not always working the way I want. There we go. The absolute workhorse of KLM City Hopper, the E190. Look at that angle of attack. It's so strange to see that. I remember the MD-11s had the same because of that tail engine. There was a really high angle of attack as well on touchdown. It was so cool to see. There's the E175, and behind that we have the A318. Really cool to see an A318 again, especially by Air France. Looking to be a cloudy day tomorrow as well, and the winds will actually be in favor of Poldebaan landing, so it will be probably a Poldebaan stream tomorrow. Mr. Big Winglet, the little nugget with big winglets. Ooh, that's a really smooth touchdown there. Alrighty, let's get ready for the last plane of the stream today. Some pretty cool planes. When I get back home after the videoing at the Poldebaan, I'm going to try and dial in the camera a little bit better so it's working the way it was. But other than that, some pretty nice catches today. Some really nice people in the chat. Babe becoming a member for the 25th month, my absolute rock. Kochance bardzo kochanie. Hayden becoming a member for the 22nd or 19th month. So thank you so much for that, mate. And thank you all so much for tuning in, sticking around on this Thursday morning. Well, Thursday morning here at Amsterdam. It's been good fun, and I really can't wait to provide some nice action for you guys tomorrow again. But first of all, enjoy the baby bus. Very cool, very cool. Like I say, they're a rare breed. There's not that many flying around. Tarom has one flying at Amsterdam occasionally, and then Air France is there occasionally. But like I said, thank you all so much for tuning in today. It's been good fun. I'm going to, like I said, film some takeoffs at the Poldebaan, trying to dial in the camera after its repairs. And yeah, like I said, I'll be live tomorrow, so keep an eye out on the channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and as always, I will see you all on the next one. Ciao.